Hello there, and welcome to the 11 o'clock news. Our first segment today is asking the question, is Vancouver a good place to live?
Don't go away if you want to know the city you're living in has good qualities of life.
First off, what is the minimum wage?
Well, for minimum wage is $10.25 an hour, although the BC Federation of Labor would like to see that raised to $15 an hour.
Wow, if that goes through, it'd be a great time to get a job. That's more than I'm getting paid.
But we're doing this for free.
Maybe actually.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about job security for those employees. In Vancouver, 6.8% of people are unemployed and aren't working. Considering Vancouver having a large amount of people, that is a really good percentage.
Now let's go to Thomas outside to talk about pollution.
Hey guys, 12.14% of the air here is polluted. That's pretty good, but there's always room for improvement. So next time you go out somewhere, take a walk instead and leave your car at home. Now, with climate. Vancouver has a nice Mediterranean climate with dry hot summers and mild winters. Why is it like this, you might ask? It's because we're so close to California. We're lucky, it's not like that in the east right now. I think it's still snowing. Now back to Donovan with literacy rate.
The literacy rate here will surprise you. 48% of the adults have a low percentage, and it is not expected to change in the next 20 years. Being asked, it's those people who are shaping our next generation. That's kind of scary. Now we will have a commercial break. When we come back, what do our political freedoms look like?
Well, Donovan, when Canadians go to vote in elections, they expect it to be an easy and fair process, which is guaranteed when we have the right to vote for whoever we seem fit. Now to Lexi outside.
Vancouver is quite dense. It has a population of about 5,249 people per square kilometer. Did you know that Vancouver is the biggest city according to population in British Columbia? Now with crime rate. In 2013, Vancouver had a population of 603,000 people, and out of those 603,000 people, only 5,431 people committed a crime. Make that 5,432. It really eases your mind to know there's a low crime rate. Hey!
Gender equality is an important subject when getting a paycheck. Canada's Charter of Rights and Freedom states, every individual is equal before and under the law and has the right to equal protection and equal benefit of the law without discrimination, and, in particular, without discrimination based on race, national or ethnic origin, color, religion, sex, age, or mental or physical disability. In 2007, the estimated lifetime pay for men was $803,000. On average, women earned about 65% of that, or $519,600.
That doesn't seem very fair. Well, while we're on the topic of money, for most of the viewers who are 65 or older, the average monthly pay for you is $547. Now to Thomas once again to talk about poverty.
Here in Vancouver, we have the highest poverty rate in Canada, yet we are one of the two cities with no poverty reduction plan. 10.47% of the population in British Columbia lives in poverty, and 11.3% of those British Columbian kids live in poverty too. We have been ranked like this for 8 out of the past 9 years. It is sad to hear this since we are such a wealthy city. Moving on, Vancouver is full of culture. Over the past 125 years, it has been home to many different groups, which have really impacted the vibrant, distinct cuisine, artwork, heritage, and the different belief systems. Walking through the streets, you will find lots of examples of Japanese culture, also Chinese, Indian, and First Nation cultures. While keeping this, they also have some culture of their own, such as theaters, art sculptures, and performance stages. Now with infrastructure. Vancouver has pretty good infrastructure. They very rarely have any potholes or road closings. They have no freeways going in, out, or through the city. The idea was proposed in the 1960s, but the citizens rejected the idea. The city is surrounded by water, so they have tons of bridges going from the north to the south of the city. Vancouver has no freeways, but it does have a SkyTrain running through the city to help citizens get around easier. For our last segment, we're going to be going back to Donovan and Lauren in the studio.
Vancouver was facing a problem of local democracy. The two major parties, Vision and the NPA, were both owned by the real estate and developer corporations that were the largest source of funding. And in the 2011 election, both parties had received over $1 million for donations. From the real estate and developer industry, the end result is that rich developers and real estate people can advance their political influence to push through making condo mega projects, changing lower cost housing into luxury housing for wealthy buyers, and stop any attempt to bring down housing costs.
Thanks for tuning in.
And from all of us here at the VDC News, have a great night.